Hey everyone, what is up? It is me, Berlin, the evil Easter Bunny, back once again with another video for you. And yes, this is another video where we're continuing to step on James Charles's neck because he is not going to get away with this. He shouldn't be allowed to get away with this. He is the man who has admitted to a crime not once but twice, and still YouTube don't care. So we're going to get into this because Ethan Klein and Hila last night reacted to James Charles' apology video on their H3 podcast After Dark. This first clip is Ethan and Hila making a comparison between James Charles' apology video and David Dobrik's apology video. Both of them in their apology videos said, "Oh, I'm sitting on the floor, I'm all alone." And Ethan and Hila went into discussing why that might be.
Vibe that I get when like David and James Charles say it is they're trying to be to humble themselves because they're like, I'm so important. I'm always surrounded by people.
Yeah.
I am never alone because there's just so much going on in my life. But in this moment, I, before yourself, have kneeled and to atone for my sins, I have sent everybody away from me. Begone, peasants! Empty the court!
And also, if there's a sound issue, it's because there's no sound guy here.
Right.
This is another thing that I'm seeing people pick up on about the whole James Charles taking accountability video is the volume. The volume was extremely low, and everybody is saying that that might be because James either didn't want you to hear what he was saying or because you had to really pay close attention to what he was saying. Personally, I feel like he didn't want you to hear what he was saying because James Charles didn't even tweet out about this video going up. His holding myself accountable video. He didn't tweet out when that video was going up like he would with a normal YouTube video of his. He also didn't put it up on Instagram or anything like that. So for me, the fact that James Charles didn't advertise that this video was going up, that is a sneaky move on its own. Then I also took some screen recording from Ethan and Hila's After Dark last night. This clip, I fully agree with what Ethan has to say. He gets into it about James Charles, you know, not learning from his mistakes a lot. He gets into it about James, you know, saying he's going to ID guys, and actually what good is that? Because people can Photoshop IDs and everything like this. Of course, you know, we've got the internet now. You know, how easy is it for a teenager to fake an ID? You know, we've all done it when we were teenagers, right? You know, I used to do it. Like, if you wanted to get into a nightclub or something and you weren't of age, it's very typical for teenagers to be able to fake ID. So James Charles, with his whole, you know, his whole theory of, oh, well, I'm going to check people's IDs. There are holes in that. You know, that is not foolproof.
Went educated, and I'm making a promise to all of you right now on camera that I will be way more careful moving forward with every single person that I speak to.
So again, he's not even pledging to stop once again.
Yeah.
He's just pledging right here now on camera, right before you.
To do a little more research.
By myself at 1 a.m. in this room.
You're gonna see the power of God.
That I will not stop, basically. I will not stop. I pledge to you right now. Peace and love, peace and love, peace and love.
For You page and Explore page are not dating apps, and I will stop treating them as if they are. I also have already started asking for proper identification from every single guy that has either reached out or that I was speaking to, and will continue doing so for the rest of time.
No, don't continue. No. He's not stopping. Do you hear him?
Yeah.
He is not stopping.
All he's saying is, I'll do a little more research.
But do you know how easy it is to Photoshop a fucking ID online? Especially these kids, they're like geniuses. They know, they're like kids who grow up these days. They could like Photoshop a fucking, they could like print counterfeit money if they wanted to. These kids are crazy. You think they can't like change one digit on an ID? Not that James would look that hard. It'd be all like scratched out. Like the 7 would be like a 9. He'd be like, looks good, sister. He is pledging to you all now on camera not to stop.
I now understand the root of the problem. I understand how and why I, and only I, caused myself to get into this situation. I understand that this could have and should have been easily avoided, and I also understand that I need to be aware of my platform at all times. I didn't understand how a
Bro,
situation
who
like this
is
could affect
buying
the people
this?
involved, but now I do. And for that, to the victims, I am so
Blocked.
sorry.
He was like, I'm so sorry. Blocked. How many people do you think he has blocked? I'd like to see his block list.
And I promise that something like this will
FBI, if you're watching, start with his block list if you want to find his victims. Just go through everyone he's blocked on Snapchat.
never, ever happen again. I also feel like I owe an apology to my friends, family, team members, and also fans that had to watch this all go down again. To all of you guys, I once again wish that I had listened earlier on.
He didn't
You guys
apologize to the
saw this
victims.
He didn't
and
apologize to me. Oh, he did. The viewers. He did. He apologized to the victims. Yeah, he did. At the very beginning.
Beginning.
Yeah, let's go back for Hila.
Oh no. No.
You guys saw this and I didn't, and I'm really, really sorry for not taking that seriously and not being a better person and a better role model like I promised that I would be. I'm going to be taking some time away.
Oh, his hair did like his hair shifted to one side. He took a moment to do his hair. Interesting. What do we think about this?
He didn't have his glam team there.
Yeah, it's all falling apart.
reflect and further educate myself on these topics. I think at this point it's really important that I do so I'm able to follow through with my word and prove to you guys that I will be a better person. Even though I won't be here posting, I do want people to know that I will still be here, available, listening, and learning.
Here, learn from the warrant when it's served to you. Bro, if he doesn't go to jail, if he continues to have a career, then everything that the world has been through with this whole Me Too and all this assault awareness and all this is literal fucking meaningless trash. Mm-hmm. If James goes on to have a career, if he keeps doing TikTok dances with the D'Amelios, you know what I mean? If he's still hanging out with Nokia Dragon or whatever. Is that her name? Nokia Dragon? She likes James. If people keep associating and he keeps making videos, then we're all doomed. I mean, that's it. This will always happen. There's no solution.
I fully agree with what Ethan and Hila had to say there. This is a very interesting discussion, but not only that, this man has committed a crime more than once. Yet he is still on YouTube. He is still sitting there with all of his subscribers. He's only lost something like 100,000 subscribers since this happened, since the apology video. Only 100,000 subscribers. Back in 2019, when James Charles was accused of doing this very thing, if you guys remember rightly, he lost a whopping 3 million subscribers. Now, 100,000. Why aren't people concerned about this? Only 100,000 subscribers lost. But it gets worse.
Here's how much money James Charles made on the video where he apologized for inappropriately talking to minors. And yes, it does appear to be monetized, which obviously doesn't feel right. He posted the video yesterday and it already has almost 3.2 million views. If you've seen my videos before, you know that YouTube pays an average of $4.17 per 1,000 views, and if you didn't already know that, then take this time to hit that follow button really quickly. Anyways, based on these numbers, it looks like James made around $13,000 for his apology.
So if we're to take that TikTok as fact, if we do the math and that is the fact, James Charles's apology was A, monetized. He earned money on an apology to victims. How are you going to apologize to people and profit from it? That is absolutely fucking disgusting. To make a whole video for your audience and also for the people that you have hurt and then to profit from that video? I'm sorry. Red flag. Red flag. CEO of Makeup Geek Marlene Estelle came out on Twitter and said an apology doesn't mean shit if you keep doing the same things over and over. Actions always speak louder than words. Very true. Now, if we remember rightly, James Charles referred to Marlene Estelle as that woman when she was coming out with a documentary on Netflix. So James was misogynistic towards Marlena. It was a whole big spat between the two of them on Twitter at the time. I don't know if you guys know anything about that one. You know, if you follow the beauty community, then you definitely do. James Charles at the time clapped back to Marlena. He was very rude to her, and he was only rude to her because he wanted to produce his own Netflix documentary. So that from James clapping back to Marlena, that came out of jealousy on James's part. So that should tell you what his character is like. It came out of jealousy. James was angry that Marlena was coming out with a documentary, you know, and then calling her this woman. Rude. So I think what we're seeing a pattern of here, as well as James Charles talking to young boys on social media that he shouldn't be talking to, I think we're also seeing a pattern of James Charles being manipulative. You know, all of these young boys who've come forward with proof, I might add, with proof, saying, here we are, this is a photo that James Charles sent me, this is how James Charles spoke to me. All of the young boys who've come forward have said that James Charles was both aggressive or rude to them. So this just goes to show you how manipulative James Charles is. Since his holding myself accountable video, we have had yet more come out about James Charles. Here's a photo of him sending a selfie to a young guy asking to see his dick. Here's another nude photo. It's like, James, you know, you have been caught. All of these photos, all of these things that keep popping up, these things that keep appearing and making me wonder how many more boys have been victimised by James Charles. So far, we've had about 8 or 9 guys come forward, young guys, you know, most of them are under the age of 18. They range from 14, 15, 16 years old, minors. We know that. We know James has been speaking to minors. We know he's committed a crime. But how many more are there? The ones that have come forward are just the ones that we know about. So how many are there that we don't know about? One thing that I want to mention is that if this were anybody else who's not in the public eye, if this were an average Joe, a 21-year-old guy who got caught either sending sexual messages to a young girl or a young boy, they would be put on the sex offenders register. It would go down as paedophilia. So why is it different because it's James Charles? It's a crime. He's committed a federal crime. Yet he uploads a video taking accountability and nothing gets done about it. Think about it. You know, if this was a 21-year-old in the area where you live and they got caught, they'd be put on the sex offenders register, or they'd even be sent to jail in some parts of the world. But because James Charles is a famous YouTuber, what, he's just allowed to get away with it? That's fucked. That is fucked. Another point that I want to make here is all the influencers who are standing by James Charles. To me, they're all complicit as well. You've got Patrick Starr. Now, Patrick Starr has just launched a new product. I believe it's some kind of powder foundation, but Patrick Starr launched a new product a couple of days ago. He's sending PR out to James Charles, to Nikita Dragon, both people who are well known for hanging out with the Lopez brothers, who've also got allegations against them being inappropriate with minors, taking advantage of minors. So why is Patrick Starr celebrating that? You know, yeah, I understand you want reviews for your products, Patrick, but you clearly don't give an F about victims of grooming or SA. At this point, when it comes to James Charles, we've got concrete proof. Concrete proof that he has done what he's accused of. You know, if this were another celebrity and there were allegations, you know, I kind of err on the side of caution because we don't always know if the allegations are true or not. But, you know, I try to always believe victims. Some cases, people will use celebrities and, you know, try and say that they've been assaulted or try and say that they've been groomed by a celebrity. But when people come forward with proof, like all of these young boys have concerning James Charles, when people come forward with proof, photos, you know, all of the screenshots, everything, they've all come forward with proof. How can you not take that seriously? Yeah, you know, Patrick Starr, Nikita Dragon, Manny MUA, all of these people, they're all still standing by James Charles. Jacqueline Hill, you know, all of them, they're all still standing by James Charles. It makes a shambles of the entire beauty community, if you ask me, because everybody was very quick to disown Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, when old clips resurfaced of Shane Dawson that were mainly jokes. Does Shane Dawson actually have any victims? Yet James Charles does.
I can't believe I'm making this video right now, but I feel like this can't hurt, and I don't think it'll turn into a scandal either, so I guess here goes nothing. I made one major observation after downloading TikTok a few weeks ago, and that is that this app is pretty much a dating app. Let's be real. Everyone on here is either in a very cute relationship or is painfully single, and unfortunately for me, I fall into that second group of people. Surprise, surprise. In 2020, however, I'm trying to change that. Okay, I'm trying to put myself out there a little bit more, and I want to get wiped up. So I want to play TikTok Bachelor. My name is James Charles. I'm 20 years old and I am 5'10". I live in Los Angeles, California, and I am a beauty YouTuber. So sometimes I look pretty, and when I don't look pretty, I have a pretty fun personality to make up for it. I'm a very hard worker, but in my free time, I like horror movies, escape rooms, singing with friends, eating at new restaurants, and also I have fun nails for back scratching and cuddling. If those things are of interest of you and you are a male, leave me a comment down below, or I guess duet this video. Oh my god, what have I done?
From the horse's mouth. This app is pretty much a dating app. Now you tell me that James Charles isn't aware of what he was doing. It's pretty much a dating app. No, it's not, James. Grindr is a dating app. Plenty of Fish is a dating app. TikTok is not a fucking dating app. I can't. Okay, my loves, I'm going to stop this little video right here. Sorry, it's been a bit of a longer one today. But, you know, we needed to get these things talked about. We need to get this stuff off our chests. Because, you know, James Charles should not be allowed to get away with this. This is a crime. Children. It's unsafe. Yet he's not being punished for it. YouTube are just continuing to let him return. You know, they will. Give it a month, 2 months, and James Charles will be back making videos, making TikToks like nothing happened. And that's really not acceptable. Like, we've got to keep teenagers safe. We've got to keep kids safe. You can't just let somebody commit a crime and then go about their business as usual. You know, other people have been in prison for this. Why is James Charles any fucking different? Anyway, guys, on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. I'm going to say take care, stay safe, stay well. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions down below as always, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye, guys.